click the link below or go straight to Mr.Locario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game. Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr.Locario. What's good? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 signs that you have no game. Okay? 5 signs you have no game. Now, I've talked about what game is a million times, but I want to reiterate for those who still don't get it, right? What you have to understand is that when we talk about game or having game, right? We're talking about you having a strategy. So you can substitute the word game for strategy, right? And at the end of the day, when we talk about game or having game, you have to understand that everybody has game. I talked about this in the Game Kings documentary, which everybody should have right now, right? And the question is your game strong or is your game weak, right? And you have to understand that strong game is synonymous with having game, and weak game is synonymous with having no game, right? So basically this list is about, guys who have weak game, you understand? And weak game is synonymous with no game. So this is 5 signs you have no game. So what we're basically saying is that your strategy to get what you want out of the dating game is weak. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna go 1 through 5, and this is in no order of importance. So number 1, first thing we have on the list is you pay for pussy. Okay, you pay for pussy. So if you pay for pussy, you ain't got no game. You understand? See, if you're paying for sex, that means that you don't have a strategy to get sex without paying, right? So your strategy is to pay, but that's a weak strategy, right? Now, the reason why you're paying is because you don't know how to find women who actually desire you. And this is why you're paying. And basically, no matter how you're paying, it doesn't matter which way you're doing it, it's still paying. So for example, you can be a guy who is, just straight up giving a prostitute money, or you could be a guy who is taking a chick out on 3, 4, 5 dates in the hopes of getting pussy. You're still paying. You understand? You could be a guy, that's traveling overseas, and a lot of these guys try to pretend or act like they're not paying, but you're paying. You understand what I'm saying? They're paying for chicks who are prostitutes. They throwing them a couple dollars, or the chick straight up is like, yo, it's going to cost you this, right? But understand that when you pay for pussy, that means that your game's weak, right? Because if your game was strong, you wouldn't have to pay for pussy. You would know how to get it without paying. You understand? Now, there are certain situations where guys might pay for pussy. Let's say a dude is married and he pays some whore for pussy because he just doesn't want, any drama. You feel what I'm saying? So he just does his thing, pays for it, and keeps it pushing, right? But again, that's still weak game. You understand? So that's a strategy, but it's still basically weak. You understand? So understand that when you're paying for the shit, that means that you have weak game. Now we're going to go to number 2. The second sign that you have no game, or that you have weak game, is you believe everything women say. You believe everything women say. So you have a lot of guys out there who they'll interact with women, and a woman will say, oh, I'm not the type of girl. I like to take things slow, and, I'm celibate, and I don't just jump into bed with anybody. And so when a guy has weak game, he believes that. He believes everything she's saying. So he's like, oh, she's a good girl. She's not one of these sluts out here. She's not one of these whores, right? And he actually believes everything she's saying because he ain't got no fucking game. And so because he ain't got no game, because his game is weak, he's the type of guy who will believe this. And the reason why he believes this is because he doesn't have that much experience with women. You understand? And he doesn't realize that women are going to act one way with one guy and act another way with another guy. You understand? And so he believes everything woman is saying when it pertains to this, right? And that's because he has weak game. That's because he has no game. So he just believes a chick whenever she says, oh, I did this, or I didn't do this, or this is, what's going on with me, or whatever it is, right? So that's number 2. When you believe everything woman says, you got some weak motherfucking game. You ain't got no game. Now, third sign that you ain't got no game is you date women you don't really like. You date women you don't really like. So what does that mean? That means that there's women out there that you're actually dating who you're not that attracted to, right? You know, you really want the 8s, 9s, and 10s, and you fucking with the 5s and the 6s, right? And you're doing this because you ain't got no game, right? You're a take what I can get type of guy. You're going with the path of least resistance, right? You're too scared to approach the girls you really like. And so you settle for the chicks you don't like, but you're settling for them because your game is weak. Because if your game is strong, if you had game, you would actually be dating the women you really like. You would be getting with the girls that you really like. But because your game is weak and you're not able to attract those women, you just settle for what you can get. You understand? So that's number 3. You date women you don't really like. Now, the fourth sign that you ain't got no game is that you wife up girls really quickly. All right. You wife up girls quickly. So you're the type of guy who you meet a girl, you fall in love with the chick in 24 hours, and then you want her to be your girlfriend by the end of the week. You understand? You just are sprung. You're all smitten with this chick and you want her to be your girlfriend, right? So you're trying to wife up these girls really quickly. Now, see, the reason why, you're doing this is because you got no game and you have a scarcity mindset. So you're trying to just latch on to the first pretty girl that gives you the time of day. You understand what I'm saying? And again, you're doing that because you don't really have that abundance mindset. You're not really dealing with women like that. So then you're like, oh, this is my opportunity to have a girlfriend or be with a girl. Right. And then so you end up trying to wife up this girl really quick so that you can be with her. But the only reason you're doing that is because you don't really have that much experience with women. You don't have a lot of options. Right. And so you're just sort of trying to lock this down quickly. But if you did have game, you'd have an abundance of women that you're dealing with, and you wouldn't be putting this woman on a pedestal. You understand? So number 4 is you wife up girls quickly. Now, number 5, the 5th sign that you ain't got no game is you stay with women who disrespect you. You stay with women who disrespect you. Now, the reason why you're staying with these women who disrespect you is because, again, you don't have that much experience with women. And so you think this is normal. You think this is okay. Right. And on top of that, you most likely have that scarcity mentality. So you don't want to get rid of her because you don't know when the next time you're ever going to get another girl. So you're like, fuck it. Like, yeah, she's being disrespectful, but she was giving me some ass. So let me just keep this going. But see, if you had game, you would charge disrespectful girls to the game ASAP. And then you would keep it moving, talk to other women who are going to cooperate, who aren't disrespectful. You understand? So that's number 5. See, what you guys got to understand when it comes to having game, right? And having a strategy to get what you want. You got to understand that if your strategy, your game is weak, it's going to be hard for you to get what you want, or you're going to settle for things you don't really want. Right now, if your game is strong, then you're actually going to get what you want. Right. And you're going to get more of it. link below and get your bad boy gear. Get the t-shirts, Submissive Women Are Sexy, Binary as Fuck, and I'm God to These Hoes. Click the link below to get your bad boy gear today. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below.